You really about to do it? 40 years in the music. This is bigger than the music. You really about to do it?
Yes, we're really about to do it. Welcome to the all-new Ron Chappell Show. I'm Ron Chappell. We come to you from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We air here on Facebook and also YouTube. How y'all doing? Okay, we have an exciting show for you today. You're going to learn a lot about a candidate that's running for Harrisburg City Council. Now, as always, we have a call-in segment, a call-in sound-off segment. So I'm going to give you the number right now. If you are a Harrisburg resident, if you want to call in about any concern you have with being a resident here in Harrisburg, the number is 717-889-7181. The number again is 717-889-7181. All we're going to ask is your name, ask if you're a Harrisburg resident, and ask you what you want to sound off about. So this is your voice here from the Voice17104.com internet radio, the voice of Harrisburg. So we invite you to call in with your concerns now and call in. If there's something that you want to address to the city leaders, to the city fathers, now is your opportunity. This is a vehicle for you to do that. We see that you write a lot about things on Facebook. Well, don't just be about it. Talk about it. Don't just talk about it. Rather be about it. Give us a call because I'm sure some of them will be hearing you. And so this is a way you can reach out directly to them. If you cannot reach them over the phone, or if you go down to the office and they won't let you talk with them, well, then you can talk to them publicly this way. Okay. All right. We also will have a report in from our street reporter. That's Khaldun Scoop Rashid. He'll be calling in to let us know the happenings here on the streets of Harrisburg. How y'all doing? A little bit about next week. Our program note about next week. We'll be blessed to have the Honorable Miss Jocelyn Ross. She's our Harrisburg City Council reporter. She'll be in giving us some highlights about what's happening at Harrisburg City Council and what the residents of Harrisburg need to know. Okay, so Khaldun Scoop Rashid, if you're there, if you're watching the program, now's the time to call in with your street report. So give us a call. And also, folks, if you want to call in and sound off about any matter here in the city of Harrisburg, give us a call at 717-889-7181. Hey, Chris Thomas, how you doing, sir?
Hey, brother, I'm really ready to do it too, brother. What's going on with you, man?
Okay, fine. All is well. Is there anything you want to sound off about?
Yeah, I wanted to sound off last week when there was snow on the ground. I remember when I was a kid here in the city of Harrisburg, we used to walk to middle school. Anyone remember where middle school was? When it was off of back behind Hurst Street down there. And we would walk to school when it was 12 inches of snow, but now it seems as though the city shuts down for like 2-3 inches. And I want to know what's going on with the city. Why we got to shut down for 2-3 inches of snow when back in our day, I think, and even our parents' day, the city would stay open and 2 inches of snow wasn't no issue.
I know. We used to crunch through the snow, sometimes walking 4 and 5 or more blocks to school. I don't know what's up with that nowadays, And I also remember that as kids, we used to really like when it snowed, it snowed a lot, because that gave us an opportunity to go out and earn some money, You'll see kids on just about every block walking around with snow shovels over their shoulders, because, you go over and shovel somebody's the front of somebody's house for $5 or whatever, and before you're done, someone down the street is calling you, hey, when y'all get through, can you come over here? Can you come over here? Can you shovel out my driveway? So on and so forth. Kids back then seemed like we had a lot of hustle in our blood, and that was during the winter time. The fall, of course, would be out raking leaves and things like that, mowing lawns, and also some Saturdays we'd go up to the local grocery stores to help people with their groceries, to help elderly people and women with their groceries, putting them in the car, and so on and so forth. And I tell you, that's how we earned our money as youngsters back then. Okay, so we are awaiting your calls. If there's something you want to call in and sound off about, please feel free to do that. 717-889-7181. We want to also keep in mind that this is still February and this is Black History Month. This is Black History Month. And so, today we'll be highlighting someone in Black History Month that has a direct tie with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, which we're coming to you from. This is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This is the capital of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, rather. This is Harrisburg. So we have someone that we'll be highlighting today, as I say, that have ties to Harrisburg. And so please stay tuned for that. Okay. When I last spoke with Khaldun Rashid, Chris Thomas, he said that he was sort of suffering from a raspy throat. I think he was dealing with some sort of slight ailment, and so maybe that is hindering him from calling in now. I hope that he's better, but if not, we just wish him well. And we'll proceed on because we have a limited amount of time. We're here for 30 minutes a day, unless your subsequent phone calls take us beyond those 30 minutes. But until then, we're scheduled for 30 minutes. And so what we're going to do right now, pardon me, we may have to, Khaldun, if you're listening, if you're not ready to call in, well then please, we might have to delay that until the end of the program, So hold off. I'd ask you to call in by 12:05, which I believe is 12:05 now. So I'm going to give it about 30 seconds, Chris. If we don't get a call within 30 seconds, well then I'll say 60 seconds. Well then we'll move on to our Black History Month segment. So, street reporter Khaldun Scoop Rashid, and you were in the military, so you know how important being punctual is, and we had agreed upon you calling at a certain time, and if you're not where you're supposed to be in the military at that designated time, well then you call on the carpet. There are consequences. Okay, and so, but anyway, we're gonna move on. Yeah, this is Black History Month. And today we're going to focus on someone, as I said, that have connections here with Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And let me tell you a little bit of background, a little bit of backstory here. When I first came to Harrisburg back in 1998, and I was walking around the Capitol complex here in Harrisburg, and I saw a name on a building, and the name was so prominently displayed on the building that it really struck my attention, and it got me wondering who this person was. The name I saw on the building was K. Leroy Irvis. K. Leroy Irvis. Now, and that, as I say, the way it was displayed, it really sparked my imagination. I wondered who K. Leroy Irvis was. And so I investigated, I read up on K. Leroy Irvis, and I found out that he was the first African American Speaker of the House in any state since Reconstruction. He was the Speaker of the House, Pennsylvania House, and he was representative of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And, I can tell you a lot of things that I read about K. Leroy Irvis, but better than that, however, we have a video. And Pastor Thomas, I'm going to ask you to present that video.
Would you want to take the call, maybe?
Okay.
Rashid, or no?
Oh, that's Rashid. Okay, let's take that call. Hello, you're on the all new Ron Shower Show. Who are we speaking with?
Good afternoon. This is
Good afternoon, Christmas.
I got a raspy voice today, but I'm here.
Okay. Okay, brother.
Hello?
Yes. Thanks for calling. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we go. Good afternoon and welcome once again to the Rashid Street Report. I'm Khaldun Rashid here reporting for The Voice, 17104, your internet radio station. And now for the news. The Trump administration is falsely claiming that tens of millions of dead people older than 100 are receiving Social Security payments. It's true that improper payments over the years have been made, but the numbers thrown out by Elon Musk in the White House are overstated and misrepresent the facts recorded in Social Security data. The truth is that Social Security's Inspector General in last July's 2024 fiscal report reported that the agencies gave away improper payments totaling over $71.8 billion in overpayments to living people, clawing back more than $31 million in a variety of federal payments that did indeed go to dead people. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. So what does any of this have to do with us? Well, for starters, if your name is Williams, Smith, or Johnson, right off the bat, you've got the same name as over 2 million others, which means they're all over the United States, dead or alive, or in and out of the Social Security system. Last year, at least 85,000 of them changed their names due to love and marriage, pain and divorce, or becoming U.S. citizens, religious reasons, or criminal aliases. African Americans really didn't start receiving Social Security benefits until the 1950s and the Civil Rights era, and then Vietnam. What can we do now to avoid your name being put on the Social Security Administration's Trump hit list? I went out and got several copies of my official birth certificate and address update card from PennDOT and picture ID. Made an appointment at Social Security and let them see my face in person because I had over 30 different addresses in the system. It's not a question of when are you going to hit, because they're already here. So fight for your rights while you still can. Next, the violent crime rate, well, let me fall back on that. In local news, multiple fires have been breaking out all over the place. And according to the investigators, it's estimated that 90% of all fires are caused by humans. Those that aren't are caused by lightning, fireworks, faulty utility lines, burning debris from cookout grills, and a myriad of other sources caused by accidents. So be careful. Next, the white man who pleaded guilty to shooting a black teen who rang a wrong doorbell dies. Andrew Lester, 86, from Missouri, who shot Ralph Yarl, a black honor student who is now a freshman at Texas A&M, survived the shooting. Is now going on with his life.
Okay, pardon me, Rashid. Just one more item because we're getting behind in time. So just one more item, please, and we thank you for finally calling in.
This week in Black History, we salute Harrisburg's own Dr. Robert Morrison. Dr. Morrison was an optometrist who helped introduce soft contact lenses to the United States. He was a pioneer in contact lens technology, and he has had many famous patients. Born on January 1st, 1924 in Harrisburg, PA, he graduated from Penn State University in 1945 and opened up practices in Harrisburg and New York, receiving the Presidential Medal of Honor in 1995 after founding Moresight, a mobile clinic that provided free eyewear to people in need. Dr. Robert Morrison died at age 90 on January 7, 2015. Some of his patients included Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman, Barbara Waters, TV news journalist, 2 U.S. presidents, Bill Cosby, Lloyd Bridges, and the Shah of Iran. And that's going to do it for the Rashid Street Report.
Okay.
Back to you, Ron.
Okay, thank you, Rashid. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate your report, and we hope that you're feeling better, and we hope to talk with you again next Thursday on the all-new Ron Chappell Show. Okay.
All righty then, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank
and
you.
I appreciate the tip on the side of vinegar.
Yes. A spoonful of vinegar will help cut the raspiness or phlegm in your throat. Okay. All right, thank you, brother. Okay, so we're going to move right along. And see, you just saw why it's so important, for people to be punctual, especially when it comes to matters of broadcasting. But besides that, we're going to carry on. So as I was saying earlier, we came to Harrisburg and we saw this building that had this prominent name on it, this prominent building, K. Leroy Irvis, and I investigated who K. Leroy Irvis was. I found out that he was the first black Speaker of the House in any state since Reconstruction, and he represented Pittsburgh. So we have a video that's going to tell a lot more about K. Leroy Irvis, and this is who we are highlighting during this segment of Black History Month. So Chris, go right ahead, please. Now, some of this video is edited, let me warn you, because there's some copyrighted music that we're not allowed to present. Go ahead, Chris.
I hate poverty. I hate meanness. I hate prejudice.
Turn it up, please.
Black, white, green, gray, or striped. I hate those things which diminish us as human beings. I love it when this House of Representatives rises above narrow partisan debate and says, we are the voice of the people and we speak as their voice for them. I love this place and I shall miss it, but I shall not return to it like a ghost begging to be let in.
Okay. So, Chris, I see you decided to cut out. I had to cut it right there. And I don't know if that's because of time constraints or because there was more copyrighted music that was going to be played. But K. Leroy Irvis, as I say, he was the first Afro-American Speaker of the House, and there's a building in his honor here. His name is on the side of a building in his honor here around the Capitol, within the Capitol complex. That's Mr. K. Leroy Irvis, a great, renowned and historical Black American, part of Black history, with ties here to Harrisburg, PA. Well, continuing on. And also continuing in that field of public service, we're pleased to have a relative here of Mr. K. Leroy Irvis. And this relative, as I say, is continuing on with public service to the community. So Chris, join me, and folks, join me as we welcome to the set, running for Harrisburg City Council. We present to you the granddaughter of K. Leroy Irvis, but she has done a lot in her own right, and she is Miss Elise Irvis.
40 years of the news, bigger than the music.
Thank you.
Okay. Welcome to the show, Miss Irvis. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Excited.
Okay, we want to make sure that your chair is right here. Okay, I appreciate you. You're looking this way, but we want you to look at the camera.
Okay.
We want you to look at the camera because we want everybody to see you. Okay, as I said, folks, she's the granddaughter, I believe, of K. Leroy Irvis. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and you know what? I can see a little bit of resemblance. You know, you probably heard this before. The eyes, the eyes and the nose. So we can see the genetics right there. And I tell you what, we're so proud to have you here as not only a resident of Harrisburg, but someone that's willing to be courageous enough to step up and take lead with community service here in Harrisburg. And so let me ask you, how long have you been a resident of Harrisburg?
My whole life. I was born and raised here, grew up here. I spent a stint away for college and the years after college, but I've been back for about 8 years now.
Okay, which college did you attend, by the way?
I went to Syracuse University, upstate New York.
Okay, and what was your major?
I studied politics. I studied intercultural communications and sociology.
Okay, so why did you decide to run for Harrisburg City Council?
The work that city council persons do, or what you would hope a city council person does, is the work for the community, with the community, right? People who are already in the community, folks who are doing the work to bring people together, to usher folks towards the resources, and it's the work I've been doing. So the city council being able to serve at that scale is a desirable next step, something that I have the capacity to do, the passion for, and vision.
Okay, what position do you hold right now?
I'm self-employed. I have a small business, a couple clients.
That's honorable.
Yeah, we're trying to help more Black, brown, and women-owned businesses start and help those businesses last longer.
Okay. Okay, so what is part of your platform for your candidacy?
My platform is focused on economic development. It's focused on cultural celebrations, cultural competency. I really want to focus on the makeup that is Harrisburg, not just downtown where our co-working space is, not just midtown where the market is, old uptown, on the hill. We want to make Harrisburg great. Make Harrisburg great again. So through small business development, through cultural celebrations, and giving the youth something to do.
Okay, okay. You know, you are a very young looking person, and that's always a blessing. And I say that,
Thank
you know, with the most respect, because I know a lot of people spend a lot of money to look young. But you know what? I don't want to ask your age directly, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do it like this, you know, for the benefit of those viewing, for the residents of Harrisburg, the voters. I'm going to mention 3 categories, okay? And you tell me which it's going to be category A, B, and C.
Okay.
And so in category A, we'll say 18 to 25. Category B, we'll say 25 to 30. Category C, we'll say 30 to 35. Okay, now considering those categories, as I say, A is 18 to 25, B is 25 to 30, C is 30 to 35. Which category would Elise Irvis fall in?
In category C.
Category C. Can you believe that? Can you believe that, Chris Thomas?
No, sir. I want a Carter.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Thank
ID.
you.
Do you have ID? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, well, as I say, we're very, very blessed to have you as a candidate for Harrisburg City Council. Incidentally, what is the date of the primary?
May 20th.
May 20th. Okay, I'm going to ask Chris Thomas, do you have any questions for Elise Irvis?
Sure. Elise, thank you again for joining us here in the studio of The Voice 1704. What prior community engagement and involvement have you been involved in the city of Harrisburg or other cities that you lived in, ma'am? Please and thank you.
Good question. So in Harrisburg, I was the membership director for the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Pennsylvania. I was the membership director for Young Professionals of Color in Greater Harrisburg. I'm now their chief administrative officer. I partner and collaborate with a ton of other organizations through the Juneteenth HBG Collaborative, which I've been a part of for the last 4 or 5 years. And those are the top 4. But I support organizations like NCBW, and the many businesses that I've helped start and launch in Harrisburg. I'm a big part of the micro business community here in Harrisburg.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well said.
Okay. Now, do you mind, Ms. Irvis, if we were to open up the telephone lines to give the residents, the voters, an opportunity to speak directly to you?
Let's talk to them.
Okay, so folks, she's courageous enough to accept your phone call. So if you are a resident of Harrisburg and preferably a voter here in Harrisburg, please give us a call. The number is 717-889-7181. That's 717-889-7181. If you have a question or a comment for Miss Elise Irvis, candidate for Harrisburg City Council. Okay, in the meanwhile, am I leaving anything out? Is there any special message you would like to give the voters here in Harrisburg?
we're trying to get people excited to come out and vote. Friends of Elise is the group of folks who I'm working with. We have a Meet the Candidate event coming up March 6th. It's a Thursday, 5 p.m. at 19.5 North 4th Street, Culture and Commerce Co-working. A lot of people know it as La Cultura. Some folks say La Cultura. It's pronounced La Cultura. So come meet me. I want to answer questions. I want to hear questions more than anything. And I want to get to know everyone that I haven't had the opportunity to meet in the last 8 years of serving Harrisburg. I'm sure there'll be other events, but you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Friends of Elise. And this Friday, Stirring the Berg, I hope you guys come out downtown. La Cultura will also be open for Third in the Berg every third Friday. It's your chance. It's Black History Month especially, so come shop black. Come buy black every third Friday, 19.5 North 4th Street. We'll have about 10 different businesses, food vendors, artists. We'll have some jewelry makers and some retail folks, a plethora and variety of small businesses that exist right here in Harrisburg you didn't even know about. Come shop.
Okay, if there's any potential vendors out there or small business owners that would like to exhibit their wares, is it too late for them to be a part of it?
No, not too late. For this Friday, for tomorrow, yes. But every third Friday is your chance to start your business. You can start today.
Okay, and how will they go about it? Who will they contact? Do you have any contact numbers or website for them to do that?
Yes, please reach out. You could reach out to laculturahbg.com.
Spell that name, please, because you said La and
Cultura. It's culture, but an A at the end instead of an E. Cultura. Cultura and La LACULTURA. LaCulturahbg.com. We're on all the social medias. And we would love to help you start your business. Love to give you opportunity to start. And neighbors really get excited about the opportunity to shop, have a shopping experience that's unique, having a shopping experience that's fun. We have a DJ. There's just a lot of vibes going on. And you get to meet new people each month.
Okay, we're still, folks, okay, I believe there's
That's a caller?
No, that's from my cell phone. It should have been off. But anyway, folks, we still have time for you to call in, 717-889-7181. Now, she's courageous enough to take your calls, your concerns. Are you courageous enough to call in? She's making herself available. Yes, ma'am. You're about to say something.
I know one of the main questions that I've gotten so far is what sets me apart from the current incumbents and folks running for council. And I did want you all to know a lot of the feedback that I've gotten is Harrisburg's downfall has been folks just not really being able to work together, work with other people, folks not understanding how to communicate or make clear arguments.
Are these people on council that you referred to?
Not knowing how to work administratively.
Okay.
Administratively, council and the mayor's office historically in Harrisburg have not have always kind of, there's always been like inner fighting. There's been seasons of really nastiness, and then I think this season they're a bit more cordial on council. But are they working well with the mayor and her cabinet? No. Was the current administration good at keeping folks in the positions? I think there were a lot of lapse in people there because of people not being able to work together.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of controversy with the executive branch with the mayor's office. Nowadays, we do have candidates also that are running for mayor of Harrisburg. That seat is also on the ballot. The mayor's running for re-election, Honorable Wanda Williams. But we'll have candidates that we'll be featuring that are also candidates for mayor of Harrisburg. And if you are a candidate out there who intend on being on the ballot on the May 20th primary ballot. If you want to come on the all-new Ron Chapel show, where you have up until March 25th rather, to reach out to us to have a complimentary interview here on the all-new Ron Chapel show. Just contact the station during the normal business hours, excuse me, which is 717-889-7181, or inbox me on the Ron Chapel page and leave me a contact number, and we'll schedule your interview here on the all-new Ron Chapel show. As I say, you have until the 25th of March to do that, because after that there will be an advertising fee attached, as the yard signs that'll be flooding the landscape also have an advertising fee attached. So please feel free to reach out to us. Chris, did you have another comment or a question for Miss Service? Well, I drink some water here.
Sure. What do you believe were some of the top priorities, knowing what you know about the city of Harrisburg, some of the top priorities that you plan on addressing if and when you're elected, ma'am? Please and thank you.
Yeah, top priorities are definitely business development, right? We want folks to come and do business in Harrisburg. We should be using the numbers. We spent so much time and investment into that disparity study. That's just another document on the website with opportunities to leverage a vision, to create a plan, and it's just sitting there. So let's look at the numbers. Let's make it make sense for Harrisburg, for the people who live here already. We don't need to bring in folks out of state to build the roads, to do the buildings. We can keep, there are ways and opportunities to keep those dollars, keep more of those dollars here in Harrisburg, and that is a big priority for me. That means getting more businesses certified. That means getting the certified businesses bondable, right? Capital ready. That also means another priority, another focus is keeping people in the city right now, right? Since COVID, there are a lot of new things. Things are happening really fast, right? So as a council person, I'm excited to be able to set a pace for council, and I have the stamina to really create progress that lasts. Progress sooner, to make bold decisions. So we're going to be doing more celebrations. It's not just going to be arts, Ice and Fire Festival in Capona, right? Let's add to that list. Let's really lean into the natural tourism opportunities that we have here in Harrisburg to attract young professionals, right? We want our kids to stay in Harrisburg. They don't have to leave. I want the youth to know they don't have to leave Pennsylvania. You don't have to leave Harrisburg to get competitive education, to get a competitive job, to get a career in an industry that you actually like. So all of those opportunities, there's going to be more of them. They're going to be easier to access, and Harrisburg is gonna be popping again. And I think that's what we need to be focusing on.
Excellent. Thank you. Well said again.
Okay. We spoke of your education and being a graduate of Syracuse University. Well, I also happen to know that Miss Elise Irvis is a MLK scholar. She is a graduate of the Martin Luther King Leadership Development Institute. And on a personal note, she was a fellow classmate, and we see that you're taking your initiative. This is what we were asked to do, and that's to make some commitment to the community. And I see that you've been doing that, and you're really, really doing that now with your run for Harrisburg City Council. And also, we know that it is an expensive endeavor running for office. And so I wonder, are you accepting contributions to your campaign?
Yes, please.
Okay, and how would people go about contributing to your campaign or volunteer? Monetary contribution or time, volunteering time.
You can go to eliseirvis.org. There'll be a link that you can complete to either donate now. You can also make checks payable to friends of Elise. But at eliseirvis.org, there's also opportunities to volunteer. If you want to learn more about civics, this is a great opportunity to jump in a campaign. We are going to be door knocking. We're calling folks. I've been working with some high school youth, providing opportunities job opportunities, right? So I'm really excited about this campaign that I'm doing. I'm really excited about some of the other folks running for office, and we need your support. We need your help. We need your opinion. We want your vision. Your needs are incorporated in what's about to happen with Harrisburg, and together we can build the future of Harrisburg.
Okay. Well, folks, it's Miss Lisa Irvis. Chris, join me with a round of applause for Miss Irvis.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm so glad I got to come in, Ron.
I'm so glad. We're so glad and honored that you are here. Continue the legacy of Mr. K. Leroy Irvis, a dynamic public servant to the community.
Wow.
And so folks, we thank you for taking the time to view the program. We hope that you join us again next Thursday at 12 noon here on the all-new Ryan Chapel Show. And so for Chris and Melissa Hall Thomas, owners of the Voice 17104.com Community Radio, this is Ryan Chapel signing out. And Chris, if you give me that song again, we'll dance out the program. Okay? All right, Chris, let's go. Yes.
Give us in the mood, the spirit, and the music.
Come on, Elise.